Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and we are one adventure at a time.
So a little over a year ago, we went to Moab with our Jeep, and we did some free camping, and we saw a lot of other people doing boondocking and camping and hiking, and we're like, I think we can do that too.
Well, Dave said, I would love to do some boondocking, and I said, no. We're never going to be doing boondocking.
So how long after that?
About a year after Moab.
About a year after Moab, we
I brought it up again, which was surprising.
Yeah, I didn't think Carrie would go for it, but we decided to trade in the Jeep for a van, and that's what we did. We traded in the Jeep for a van, and we started the build while we're both working full-time jobs.
It took us about 11 months to build the van.
Yeah, 11 months, but that, that's why we're working full-time, so after work we just put as many hours as we could into it. And we also had to sell our house before we could go to and try to pay off all of our debt.
Yeah, we sold the house, we sold cars, we sold all our belongings. Everything that we have fits in this van.
So now we're full-time van lifers.
And we're hoping to do it for a year, if finances hold out.
Or longer. I would like to go longer.
Again, I say a year's okay, but he's like, 3 or 4.
This is our 2017 Ram Promaster. It's 2500 and we bought it used with 29,000 miles on it. The reason we like the Promaster is because of the width, and Carrie will show you more about that on the inside. Carrie helped pick out these windows, and they were very easy to install. They're from Motion windows. We like them because the screens slide and the glass slides. So when you're ready for dinner, you just go, hey, is dinner ready? It doesn't work. Okay, so up top, you'll notice that we got a roof rack up there with 4 different mounts on each side. And we like that roof rack because we didn't have to drill any holes. They attach to the existing roof. And they make this roof racks for the Transits and Mercedes also. All right, coming back. We installed this aluminum ladder, which has turned out pretty sturdy. I backed into a big old boulder with it already and didn't bend it too bad, so we're happy with it. And I'll take you up to the top and show you the roof. All right, up here on the roof, you'll see we got 2 100-watt solar panels, and we've got covers for our fantastic fans. We went with redwood deck wood, 2x6s in the front, 2x4s back here. You can see a little funny looking square box. That's to cover the fan and keep it from getting damaged, but we couldn't go with the plastic ones because they didn't fit after we put the wood in. And we also have a wee boost here in the corner. Alright, so we like our deck. It's pretty nice up here. Great views. I'll take you down and show you the garage. Alright, so we put the bed about the halfway point, so we have just enough room to sit up in bed and still have plenty of storage underneath. These imitation milk crates are nice. We can fit exactly 8 of them in here. And we also built in a couple of sliding drawers. I think the slides are rated at over 500 pounds. Oh, we got all kinds of miscellaneous gear in there.
Camping gear, first aid, electrical, and hopefully the back box we never have to use because it's towing.
Alright, we also carry an extra 20 liters of water back here. Our heating supplies and our freshwater supply and tools. And some backpacking gear.
Snowshoes.
Snowshoes.
Big kahuna shower.
Alright, here and I'll show you the outside of the plumbing here. We went with a 20-gallon tank, and we use the fasteners that they usually use on hot water heaters, hot water tanks, and we mounted it to the side, so it's a lot of weight there. And then for gray water, we only went with the little generic 7-gallon container. And my brother does a lot of work with aquariums, so he helped us rig up a hose to where we don't have to remove it if we don't want to, or we don't have to, then we don't.
It's gravity.
And we got our pump for our water right here. That's pretty much it.
So we just take the hose out and it's gravity fed.
Alright, now Carrie's turn, inside.
Okay, so when we brought the van home, it was just an empty shell, bare metal. So Dave can tell you a little bit. We spent a week insulating, and
so the ceiling's got 2.5-inch foil-faced insulation in it, and the walls also have 2.5-inch foil-faced insulation. It's actual fiberglass insulation. It's not the foam that most people are using.
And then the floor is foam board.
Yeah, laminate
and 3/4 inch plywood
underneath it. Yeah.
And then over that we did the shiplap, and we decided to do it in 2 different directions. So this is the living room kitchen, so it's going this way, and when we get back to the bedroom you'll see it's going the other way. And I also decided to paint it 2 different colors.
It's actually a stain, right? It's a white stain on the...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So and then when you first walk in, we have this chair that swivels. The swivel on this chair was on back order for months. I think it took us like 6 months to get this swivel.
Yeah.
But it does raise the chair 2 inches, so that's why we only did the passenger seat.
It's just uncomfortable to drive with the other one, the driver's side being any higher than it already is.
Because you're looking like right underneath here. And then in the middle we had to install this platform because when we travel, Rudel has to be right between us. So we made a platform, and there's his bed. And then underneath that is our inverter that we installed last minute. So when it's cloudy or rainy out, we can turn this on and it charges from the van, and it charges our solar battery.
1500 watt sine wave inverter.
It's also safe for laptops and electronics. Is really the first reason why we got it, but we have used it so much since we bought it. We were really happy we bought that. And then we have the couch, which I made. Dave and I made everything in here. And we'll put some of the pictures when it was making it. But the cushions are from a Tempur-Pedic California King bed that we cut, because we already had that. And made the curtains, which are Velcro each side. A little balance, just like you would have when you're at home.
Yeah, the sides are Velcroed, but the top, they slide just like a regular curtain.
It's on a curtain strap. It slides. Our second window behind there. And then I have these LED lights in the living room and bedroom. These are one of my favorite things. This here is a cutting board. We did not make this. We purchased this from a mom and pop. I think it was from Tennessee. And so we did have to screw it in, which I didn't want to screw into it. It's such a beautiful piece of wood. But we screwed it in from the side so it doesn't slide out. And underneath that is our fridge. Which is a Dometic solar fridge. It's just like a nice chest. It keeps everything right around 40 degrees.
We actually bought that first and then built a cabinet around it so it would fit.
Yeah, the measurements are super precise in here, so we had to do a lot of planning. In fact, in our first build, we weren't going to have this couch, but we decided we needed a place to sit, and we're so happy that we did that.
It's comfortable for 2 people.
Yeah. And occasionally I'll sleep on it. Rudolph was supposed to sleep on it, but he pretty much insists sleeping in the bed with us. And then on this side, so this is a piece of plywood that we stained, and I put black glitter in it, and then we did a 2-part epoxy over the top of it. And Dave picked out the sink. It's a Ruvati sink, and this is one we love. I love having running water. That's so cool. And then, so we don't have a lot of counter space. That was the one drawback to the couch or the sofa, is we had to give up a lot of counter space. So we came up with this over here. It pops up and it gives you an extra about 2 feet of counter space. And then Dave's brother helped us design this table. It folds up. So you can sit, you can use it from sitting on the sofa, or we have a drawer over here that slides out that you could use it from that side as well. Also, it gives us access to the plumbing underneath and the water tank if we ever need to come get out. And those are on Super Duty hinges underneath. And then coming over here, this is the dish drawer. Pretty much all our dishes are in here. Silverware, 4 bowls, 3 plates, our Ninja, and utensils, towels. This is for when we go hiking, extra water containers. Pretty much everything you would have in your kitchen drawer other than pans is in this drawer here. If you notice, on all these things we have these baby locks, because if it's not locked down, it moves when we're traveling. And we still have a hard time remembering to lock those. So probably one of the hardest things in this van was this medicine cabinet, because it goes around a curve. That was very challenging. And I took this down to a local glass shop in town, and they fitted it with these RV mirrors on it. And or just like your regular medicine cabinet with all your stuff in it. They assured me that it'd be pretty dang impossible to break these mirrors. So
I'm sure we could find a way.
With Dave's driving. Just kidding. And then over here on this side, back over here, this is, I call this the hot water heater. This is the thermos. We do have the 20-gallon water tank, but I'm a little leery about not knowing where the water's coming from, so we did buy this Berkey water filtration system. We bought the smaller size, so this filters 1.5 gallons. Is it an hour? I think it's an hour. So it just, you put the water in the top and it goes through filters and comes out the bottom. They say that you could take pond water and put it through this filter and drink it, but we haven't had to go to that extreme yet. And then up here is our Dometic alcohol stove. What we liked about this is that you can take it anywhere. It's got the 2 burners, which I thought maybe I didn't need at first, but now that we've been living in the van full time, it's super handy to have hot water going in a pot of coffee. So how it works is there's 2 like sponges in here, and you pour the alcohol in here, and then it lights it from the top. We went with this because we were trying to stay away from propane in such a small space. We thought this would be a safer alternative. A lot of people use these in boats, so that's why we went with this. And then we got our fire extinguisher, and we got our CO2 monitor, and then this just pops right back up here. And then we have our spice rack down here. And you can't see it on this side. We do have 2 USB ports and 2 DC ports, like you would plug into a cigarette lighter type thing. And this is a Wii Boost. So if you have a weak signal, this is supposed to enhance it by, I think, at least twice. So
there's an antenna up on the roof that I think we showed you already, that's what it hooks to.
So if you have 2 bars, this is supposed to make you have 4 bars. And this has worked superb. everywhere we have been except for where we are now in Alabama Hills. There's no service out here, and so they do say if you don't have service, you're pretty much not going to get service. But we have managed to get service in 2 spots, but it's super spotty. So, all right. If I'll have Dave move to the front, I'll show you the bedroom.
Okay. Also got the cabinets you didn't show.
Oh. So before we move to the bedroom, I forgot to show you the cabinets, the pantry. So we have, I think these are 10-pound gas struts on these doors. And we made the doors. In fact, you know, we made all of this all the way along. That was challenging as well. Everything was challenging in here because nothing is square. So I think we did a pretty good job. So that's the pantry. And then this is the fantastic fan. And Dave went ahead and did 2, one in the front and one in the back, which was perfect. So when we're cooking, we can just draw, that one draws air in and this one pulls air out. So that works out perfect. And then if we need extra ventilation, we went with the side windows so we could open those as well. Okay, so then the bedroom, you notice there we have the black back here and it's going this way, and then the living room kitchen we did the shiplap this way. And then we thought, well, what if we do need a little bit of privacy? So we have a curtain. It goes across, and on the inside here is some Velcro. And it Velcros over here to this side. So I usually wake up earlier than Dave, so if it's dark out and I need to turn the light on, I can just shut the curtain and not wake him up. So when we were building it, I kind of liked the shape here on each side, but then when we were finishing it, we're like, how are we going to cover this up? So I came up with this idea that I'm pretty happy with. So this is pipe insulation that we put over it, and then I just sewed this material with Velcro on each side. And there's Velcro here. Because when we were living in it with just the pipe insulation, Rudel was tearing it and getting it all dirty. So we're like, we're going to have to be able to wash these. So these turned out perfect. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And it saved the pipe insulation ever since, and we haven't had to replace it. Alright, so the bed. One of the reasons why we chose the Promaster is how wide it is. You can put a full-size bed side to side. Dave is, how tall are you?
5'10".
5'10", I'm about 5'5", 5'6", I don't know anymore. But we both can sleep this way, so we wanted to have the bed made so that we wouldn't have to set it up and take it down. So that's one of the reasons why we went with this design.
After that many years of setting up a tent and tearing it down, setting up a camp, tearing it down, we wanted to at least have the bed being ready to go.
Yeah, if we're driving for a long time and we get tired, we can just pull over. Yeah, we're a wee bit older than we were when we were camping a lot, so we wanted the bed to be stationary. So, of course, Rudel has claimed it. This is our closet. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm a photographer, and one of the hardest things I had to get up was my photography wall at home. So then Dave said, well, why don't we just come up with something where you can have your pictures? So this door has metal sheets glued to it, and then these are magnet photos that I got from Shutterfly. And you can buy, you know, different ones, change them out from season to season. So we have all our family and friends on there. That is one of the hard things about van life, is leaving your family. So this is our closet. This has all of our clothes in it. If you notice, my side is a teeny tiny bit bigger than Dave's side.
Yeah, I've got just a little sliver at the far end there. It's okay though, I don't mind.
I feel like I'm doing really good just to have this much. So other than jackets and cold weather gear, that's up top above the cab. I do have some snow boots and hiking boots in the back. But other than that, all our clothes are in here. And then underneath that, we have a DVD player. It slides out. It's chargeable by DC power. So we could just use like this outlet here off of our solar battery. And then and this one swivels. We just put it up. And then there's our movie if you want to lay in bed. And everything has to be locked down so when we put it away, Velcro comes back over it, our elastic. Again, we have to thank Dave's brother for this design because he helped us design this. And then on this side, over here is our library and our little fan, which we haven't had to use too much, but
because we keep staying in cold country where it's freezing outside, so
yeah, Dave has missed the snow. And then our maps for states we're going to go to, our favorite calendar from our family members, candles, in case battery gets low, we have candles. Well, these are rechargeable candles. And then we have our Instapot, which we just hook that up to the inverter if we need to. This has been really handy. We make spaghetti in the Instapot, we make rice. And so this bed was a California King Tempur-Pedic bed that we had at home. And we loved it. We've had it for, I don't know, like 10 or 12 years. So it was pretty scary, but we cut this to fit this shape. And with what we had left over, we used it for the couch, for the cushions. So also this comforter was a California King comforter, which we cut to fit. And so I used the excess material that I had for pillowcases so that would match. And then inside that is sleeping bags. So those are our pillows for the couch. So if we get super cold, we have some extra really good sleeping bags. So I guess the only thing I really didn't show you is the cooking drawer. Pots, pans, coffee maker, the old-fashioned coffee. And probably the one thing that everybody wants to know about is we have a composting toilet. It slides out. That was super challenging to incorporate that into such a small space. It works just like a regular toilet. So if you don't know how this works, the number 1 goes into the pee tank and the number 2 goes into a tank that you empty, which happens to be my job. It's not that bad actually. And then it slides back in when you're not using it. Comes back up. Step up to the bed, which also happens to be our laundry hamper, laundry soap, and the really important stuff. We usually don't have this with us, we just happen to have this now. Alright, did I miss anything, Dave? Oh, we got the solar lights that you installed. We have 4 of the solar lights.
yeah, they're just DC lights that go. The wiring goes just directly to the battery.
And then the curtains in the back shut at night, and that curtain bar doubles as a lever for if we have to change the tires.
Yeah, because they're torqued on there hard. I don't know how many pounds it is, but it takes that bar for me to get the tire off to put the spare on.
Yeah. So anything you can find in here that you could use double duty for, that is a must in van life. So that is one of those items where it's got another use. I guess maybe the chalkboard. above the door. And I think that's the inside.
Yeah, any questions, just please ask. We'll give you more details, and just leave questions in the comment section.
So Rudolph was sleeping when we started the van tour, but this is our fur child. Officially introduce you to him. We're bribing him with snacks. Up, up, come on, up.
He's a Labradoodle. He's got a haircut right now. Maybe he needs one, I don't know.
You look a little scruffy.
I hope you guys liked the van tour, and we've got lots more to come. We also have some drone footage that we're planning on adding to our videos that are coming up here in the future. And
if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And please subscribe and click that bell if you like our content.